What's up guys, this is another Tom's Play. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Today we're going to go from Bristol International Airport and just have a little fly around, come back into land and call it quits. No flight plan loaded, we're just going to go for it. So, let's go. Okay, throttle all the way up to 4, flaps to 2. On the center line. Nice and difficult. And then we're going to go pull back. Flaps up to full. Climb back. Zoom out. That's the boat. Go. Now the autopilot's flying the plane. Bring the throttle back a little. I'm gonna start a nice right hand turn. There we go, we're going to start our nice right hand turn, nice and gentle. Now I am actually in training to become a pilot, so I use this simulator a lot for practicing flying. Now I know that takeoff was quite terrible, quite jerky and very sort of sharp and not very comfortable. That is actually because I'm using quite a shit joystick. I have a flight simulator that I use to do all my flying on, and I'm just using a cheapy 20 quid joystick at the moment because I have to film it on my smaller screen, because otherwise the anti-aliasing doesn't work and it will look pixelated for you guys. So that's why the takeoff looked a bit shit. So yeah, that might be a problem. I might end up having a nice little accident because of that. Basically it's got like a weird spring on it that makes it want to jump back into the center position, and that's no good, so yeah. Just the autopilot, there we go. So, Microsoft Flight Simulator X, let's have a little talk about it. First of all, if you have a fairly decent computer and enough time on your hands, you can actually make it look quite good. I mean, I've got it set with, you know, medium to high settings. Just let the ground textures load up. Considerable amount of add-ons, you know, scenery add-ons and aircraft add-ons, and I am obviously running fraps right now to record all this, but considering that, it's actually looking pretty good, I'd say. I was getting fairly good frames per second. It's, you know, 16, 15, hovering around there. Without fraps on, I get about 30. So yeah, my computer's fairly good, I'd say. Enough about my computer, I suppose. But Microsoft Flight Simulator X, you know, for what it is, you can buy the you know, just the game without the acceleration pack or the deluxe edition, just the simple thing, and that costs you about 25 quid. You can get one off for about 15 quid, maybe a tenner if you're lucky. And when I first got it, I did not set it up properly. I had the settings down to low. Didn't realise I did. I was running it on a very crap computer that didn't have very much processing power at all. So I thought it was rubbish, and I had a friend that wanted a flight sim, and I thought, well, it's kind of shit. I'll go back to 2004, and I'll just give it to him. I gave it to him, regrettably. Then looked on YouTube of Microsoft Flight Simulator X how-to. You know, just found a video, thought, hang on. And then I looked at it, watched the video, and it looked amazing, and I had to end up, so I can't ask for the game back once I've given it to a friend. Some of you guys are going to be saying, oh yes you can do that, it's fine. But I felt like I couldn't. So I went out and bought another copy. This time I bought the deluxe edition with a bit more aircraft and stuff in it, a couple more missions, and played around with that. And now this is what I'm running at the moment, and it looks pretty sweet, I'd say. The frames are good, the textures and the scenery are good enough. There's lots of trees around, lots of detail. Got the aircraft rendering up to maximum because I like to fly when I'm sitting at my desk in third person. Not that you should, if you're training, you should be in the cockpit view all the time, because obviously that's where you're going to be sitting. If you want, I will do a video. Just put a message down in the comments. But I'll put a video on my sim. And if you want any help with flight simming, that's fine. I can offer you tips and tricks and stuff. One thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator, one thing about about flight simming in general is it's not cheap at all. A good simulator, in fact, just a joystick and rudder pedals would set you back at maybe 120 quid. I've got, 2 yokes, a set of rudder pedals, 2 throttle quadrants, massive TV for my head-up display, several monitors for the glass cockpit. I'm trying to model it after 737, A320 type, but I'm not really being very specific. So, yeah, if you guys want a video on it, I'll be more than happy to give you guys some help. Frame rate dropped to 5, 3, 4, 7, 9, 7, 1, 2. Oh, frames 5, 12, 13. There we go. Right, I'm gonna start our landing now. See how well we can pull this off. Bring flaps down. I'm gonna put the gear down just because I can. Wow, I'm sorry guys, these frame rates are terrible. I'll just pause it for a second. It will jump back. Come on. Right, hang on a sec guys. There we go, frame rate solved. Keep bringing it around. We're gonna try and meet up with the runway. I think it's runway 26 or 27, I can't quite remember. I'm just going to fly by hand now. We've got a little bit low then. That's my bad. I'll see if I can get us up to the point where we actually could perform a landing. Well, there's the airstrip. 126 knots. We'll start slowing it down a bit and put full flaps into play. Nearly there now. We're now on short base, short final to get into I think I'm going to call it 2.7 just so we know. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's 2.7. I'm sorry guys, these frames are freaking awful. Just give it a minute. Okay. Whoa. Start bringing it in. Hopefully the frames will hold. Come on. Nah, frames are gone. Well guys, that was Microsoft Flight Simulator X. I really do apologise for the frame rate quality, that was very bad. Yeah, well that was the Tom's Play. See you guys on the flip side. Later.